So getting caught up was a reality for me. So I would lie. I wouldn't be honest. I would tell her that I don't have a woman when I had one, two, or even a few. But it's your discretion. I would not shame a man. And let me say to you this: you're not looking for a long-term relationship. You're just trying to get her in your bed. Then so what? So be it. If a guy is married or has a live-in girlfriend, you don't need to be telling that woman that you got a woman at home so she can come knock at your door, so she can mess what you got going on. And sometimes you can tell them they'll deal with it anyway, but you may be risking one thing. If you got wifey at home, which if you're a red pill brother, you would not have wifey at home. But anyway, if you got wifey at home, you don't want that knock on the door. You don't want to, it's not even for the woman you're dating, it's for wifey, right? Some guys may just have to sneak around a little bit. Again, I will not shame a man for doing such things. But if you are a regular guy, a beta male, if you are a servant, you are legally married. If you're a beta male, you're a servant, you are legally married, you're not a red pillar, you're a blue pillar, it's probably best that you don't deal with other women at all. It's best for your own self-interest to stay submitted to the woman that you married so that you won't have to pay child support or alimony or be made to look like a fool. It's best for you to submit. Blue pillars, anyway. But for the man who's red pill, for the man who's single and lives alone, if you're being asked if you're seeing another woman and you say no, I, again, don't see that as morally wrong. I would not call a man immoral at all. His discretion. In the past, yes, I've lied. I've evolved in the game. I don't have to do that necessarily anymore. Let me give you a pointer on how you can get around not telling the truth. How you can kind of embellish on the truth a little bit. Improv, if you will. Just a little bit. Let's say somebody asks a woman I met, right? Let's say she's a nice looking woman, I want to get with her, and she asks Black Ram 313. She says, hey, Black Ram 313. She's fine, she's pretty, she's curvy. Let's say she's about 5'3", maybe 130 pounds, shapely, nice looks, beautiful teeth, nice hair. She's attractive, she's single, no kids, got her own, works a job, lives on her own. She bad, right? Let's say you get all this, right? And she say, Black Ram, are you seeing anyone? We at the coffee shop, we on a date, right? We're in the coffee shop, say, so Black Ram, are you seeing someone? Well, then my reply would be, I'm single and I live alone. I'm just dating. That's it. No need to go into details. She doesn't know I have women that I deal with. She doesn't need any specific details. Now, did I lie? No. I am single in the Western sense, right? I do live alone in reality, right? Did I just lie to her? No. I didn't lie to her. But guess what? If I did, then so what? So what if I did? Again, I don't think dishonesty to a woman anyway is wrong. At a high level, it may not matter. However, I do not think that it's wrong. Let me give you another scenario real quick. Another scenario. Let's say you saw a woman walking down the street that provided certain services. A certain service provider walking down the street, just hypothetically. And you know what I mean by service provider. A woman that walks the street late at night, scantily clad, dressed provocatively. Let's say she's walking down the street. She provides a certain service, right? I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't, just a hypothetical here, right? And you walked up to her and you wish to pay for certain services. And you proceed to let her into your car and drive off to a specific location that's in seclusion so you can probably do the things that you want to do, right? On your way to that secluded spot, do you start telling this woman, this streetwalker, right? Do you tell the streetwalker all your business? I'm married with 4 children. I'm the principal at a high school. My credit score is 780. Do you tell her these things? Do you? Of course not. And why? Because she's a strange woman. You may not ever see her again. And you don't make it a habit of telling streetwalkers your business, right? Because she's a streetwalker. She's selling a service, right? You don't tell her your business, right? Right? Think about it. You don't tell her your business, right? Not the streetwalker, right? If the answer is no, so then why would you tell the modern promiscuous woman all your business either? How is she different than a streetwalker? How? Because she's had 40 partners instead of 90? Because she's had 10 instead of 20? 20 instead of 30? 5 instead of 10? When I was growing up in the 90s, men had this saying, you treat a woman for what she is worth. You treat a woman according to her worth. And a promiscuous woman was